Hello, it is Luann with Landscapes You Love. Here's going to be another landscape you love pretty soon. So here I am with my blank canvas, and I've got just a couple hours, so I need to paint a bird's eye view for the art experience. So we're going to get busy on bird's eye view. So here's my palette so far. I'm going to be using some blue, and I like to add a couple of different blues, and I got a big blob of white here. So you can see what I am working on is a bird's eye view of Antalya, Turkey, one of my favorite spots, and a group from Sarasota, Calvary Chapel, came to this spot. So this is a photo that I took. This is a historic biblical site. This is St. Paul's Harbor, the harbor that Paul sailed out of in the book of Acts on his missionary journeys around this area, which is ancient Asia Minor. So here I am, guys, adding my blue. And where is my photo? Because I depend on that photo. And I need a little water. Nice to have all your supplies handy, right? And I do need quite a bit of white on this painting as well. And I have two kinds of blue here. Ultramarine blue, manganese blue, and a little bit of purple in the foreground. Here I've got a little bit of retarder, which keeps these colors wet a little longer because I want to mix them together. And it's pretty straightforward, right? We're putting some blue, and two kinds of blue, and some white, and some purple, and some water. So I'm going at a rapid pace here. And anybody could do this. This is kind of the first steps, laying in the foundation, like the foundation of a house, right? Foundation of a house, foundation of a painting. Blending this water is not exactly as easy as it looks. I've got a few colors and I want it to just gradually blend together so there's not all these funky lines. So I'm using like an X stroke to drag some of the color from the bottom and some of the color from the top. So there are several different colors in this water, and this is how I blend it in a nice seamless manner, and I do it pretty quick. As you see, the water here at the top is a little bit different than the water at the bottom, right? So how do I blend that together? I just do this X stroke, and I'm grabbing some of the other color, and I'm X, 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 and then I blend it out like that, X, 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 and blend it out. So I don't have to go over this, 6 times. And I grab a little water. My horizon line is very high in this picture, and I'm not going to make it as high as that one because I want some room. With my slide rule, see that? So I am going to draw my horizon line nice and straight, and I don't even know if my board is straight. There we go, just a little. I'm going to make it obvious, and then we don't have any issues with a straight line for our horizon. Let's see if that did actually look nice. I'm painting in my sky, which is a cobalt blue, which I can see that it's a cobalt blue, even though I have primed this with another kind of blue. It's a very thin coat, and I'm doing some quick strokes. Now, everyone asks me, well, how long did that painting take you? And it looks like it has taken me a very short time, but part of that is about 40 years experience in painting. So sometimes I like to say it took me 40 years to do it. There is just a slight complement to the blue, which is a little bit of red on my brush, a tiny bit, mix with the blue, mix with the white, which is at the horizon, and it's nice and soft. So we have a great foundation. Well, how am I going to get my composition in the right spot? And you may see that I have actually drawn some lines on this picture, which I don't usually do, but since I'm teaching you to paint and compose. So we have the middle line, which is here, and you see my rocks are just over center, which is a good composition. Here's divided into quarters, so I am going to make this pier go back a little bit so it stays within the quarter, so my eye is not falling off the page. And that way, when I look at my painting here, I can kind of size it up. I can eyeball it, that here's my middle. I'm going to start my rocks right about here. I'm going to put my pier right about there. And also I want to not get too close to the frame with the top of this bit. So we will do it like that. And it's going to look just, you know, it's going to represent this place, but we're going to tweak it a little bit so it's a better composition. So I'm adding my rocks in here, and I used alizarin crimson, which is a cool red, an interesting red, rather not cool. And I am just using straight tube colors because I can darken and lighten this. So I have to have an idea of where the end of these rocks are. Let me see here. Where's the middle? It's close to the middle of that painting, which is about here, and these guys kind of come out to about here. So I'm just drawing with my brush and getting my composition in there and my rocks. So you can start to draw and learn to paint just like I'm doing. I have to tweak that a little bit, but you get the idea. I want to put in this pier now, which is at an angle. And I am just going to go ahead and take a bold move and draw it in. So it's something like that. And then it turns right around here. I'm working on the detail a little bit already. So you can see I'm adding these little dabs of color in the water, so it's not so giant blue blob. We've got some interest in there. And you can see my rocks and my pier already. Hey, look at this, guys. I haven't been showing myself painting on the cell phone, but you can see that I'm making some extraordinary progress. I'm really liking this painting. I'm going to zoom into it so you can see the strokes that I've used. There's a lot of little strokes in the water, right? Look at that, though, when you look at it close. It's very obvious what I've done. And here we go with the background. I still have to work on the houses a little bit, but I love that bluish teal. And I faded out the water in the background so there's some distance. And there we go. And I'm not quite finished, but I'm getting there. And there's our photo. You see what I have a little bit of foreground to do and some palm trees. Hey friends, look at this. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why I do my best painting at night, and I was in a mood to do a lot of detail on a painting this time. But it really pops. It's got some great complementary colors. You know, the blues, the oranges, the reds, the greens. It's got some depth as the water's fading out. Look at my little boat. Looks great out there. And it's kind of messy. There's the artist's lair, so to speak. So here we go. And here's our photo. So this is bird's eye view, painted for the art experience. I hope I do well in the contest tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks guys for watching. Please subscribe and like my page. And if you would like to have a landscape that you love, click the link below at luannbagnall.com. Thanks.